Before continue, please subscribe our channel and like our video. The sound of laughter echoed through the bright, shiny hallways of Ridgewood High School. Lockers slammed, sneakers squeaked, and the day had just begun. Among the crowd of students was Ethan Miller, a 17-year-old senior with a charming smile and that kind of confidence that made teachers sigh. And classmates follow. Ethan wasn't a bad kid. Not really. He just wanted to fit in. To be noticed. To feel like he mattered. And in that chase for attention, he found an easy target. Mr. Lewis. The school janitor. Mr. Lewis was in his late 50s, gray hair, tired eyes, and sneakers that squeaked with every step. He always wore that same faded blue uniform, smelling faintly of cleaning soap. To most students, he was invisible, or worse, a joke. Every morning, before the sun even rose, he'd mop floors, fix lights, and clean up after hundreds of kids who barely noticed he existed. But Ethan noticed, not with kindness, but with mockery. "Hey, Mr. Owl." Ethan shouted across the hall, smirking. "You missed a spot." "Oh, wait, your whole life's a mess, huh?" The hallway erupted with laughter. Mr. Lewis paused, his hand tightening slightly on the mop handle, but he didn't say a word. He just smiled weakly and went back to work. And to Ethan, that silence, it felt like victory every day. The teasing got worse, sarcastic greetings, fake coughs, jokes that weren't funny. Teachers brushed it off as harmless fun, but they didn't see the quiet sadness behind Mr. Lewis's gentle eyes. One rainy afternoon, school ended early. Most students had gone home, but Ethan stayed to finish a project. As he left the library, he spotted Mr. Lewis kneeling by the stairs, picking up shattered glass from a broken window. "Man, that sucks," Ethan muttered. But then he heard it. A soft groan of pain. Mr. Lewis was clutching his arm, blood dripping slowly from a deep cut. Ethan hesitated. The usual joke danced on his tongue, but something stopped him. You okay, Mr. Lewis?" The janitor looked up, surprised. "Oh, I'm fine, son. Just a little scratch." But Ethan didn't buy it. He ran to the bathroom, grabbed some paper towels, and handed them over. Mr. Lewis smiled. "Thank you. That's kind of you." Ethan shrugged. "It's no big deal." But that simple thank you. Stuck with him. A week later, Ethan got detention for skipping class. When he walked in, guess who was waiting? "Yep, Mr. Lewis. You'll be helping me clean the gym today," the janitor said calmly. Ethan groaned. Seriously?" "Seriously," Mr. Lewis said with a grin. "For an hour." Ethan swept floors and wiped benches while Mr. Lewis fixed a broken hoop, humming softly the whole time. After a while, Ethan asked, "Why are you always so calm? Doesn't it bother you when people treat you like garbage?" Mr. Lewis looked up, his eyes kind. "Anger doesn't fix anything, son. It only makes messes harder to clean." Ethan laughed. "That sounds like something a janitor would say." Mr. Lewis smiled. "Maybe it is, but I wasn't always a janitor." Ethan frowned. "Yeah, what were you before?" Mr. Lewis paused, glancing at a dusty trophy case nearby. Inside were old photos, basketball teams, smiling faces, and a younger man who looked just like him. "Wait, that's you?" Ethan asked. Mr. Lewis nodded. "I used to teach here. Math and physics. Coached basketball too." Ethan was stunned. "You were a teacher? Then why?" Mr. Lewis interrupted softly. "My wife got sick. I took too many days off to care for her. The bills piled up. When she passed, I couldn't keep up. Lost the job. Lost the house. But I couldn't leave this place. So when they offered me the janitor's job, I took it." The silence that followed was heavy. For the first time, Ethan didn't see a janitor. He saw a man who had loved deeply, lost painfully, and still showed up every day. That night, Ethan couldn't sleep. The next morning, when he saw Mr. Lewis mopping the cafeteria floor, he didn't make a joke. He just said quietly, "Morning, Mr. Lewis." The janitor looked up, surprised. "Morning, Ethan." And from that day on, things started to change. Ethan began noticing things he'd never seen before. How Mr. Lewis helped a freshman pick up his books. How he stayed late fixing leaks. How he always said, "Have a good day," even to kids who ignored him. Ethan started feeling ashamed. One afternoon, Tyler, Ethan's friend, made another joke. "Hey, maybe the janitor can teach us how to fail at life." The group laughed. Except Ethan. "Knock it off," he said sharply. Tyler blinked. "What's your problem?" Ethan glared. "You don't even know what he's been through." "Dude, he's just a janitor." Ethan shook his head. "No, he's more than that." The hallway went quiet, and for once, Ethan didn't care what anyone thought. Weeks passed. Graduation approached. One evening, Ethan saw Mr. Lewis sitting alone in the gym, polishing trophies. He walked up quietly. "You still come here every night?" Mr. Lewis chuckled. "Old habits?" Ethan hesitated, then handed him a sealed envelope. I wrote you something. Read it later, okay?" That night, when Mr. Lewis opened the letter, his hands trembled. "Greater than asterisk, dear Mr. Lewis. I used to make fun of you because it was easier than facing my own insecurities. Asterisk, greater than asterisk. You taught me what real strength looks like. Showing up every day, even when life knocks you down. Asterisk, I'm sorry for how I treated you. Greater than asterisk. Thank you for teaching me something no textbook ever could. Kindness, humility, and respect. Greater than sincerely." Ethan asterisk tears filled his eyes. He folded the note carefully and slipped it in his shirt pocket, right next to his heart. Graduation day. When Ethan's name was called, he walked across the stage, scanning the crowd, and there, near the back, stood Mr. Lewis. Ethan smiled and gave a small salute. Mr. Lewis smiled back. Eyes glistening. After the ceremony, Ethan found him outside. "You came." Ethan said softly, "I wouldn't miss it." Mr. Lewis replied. Ethan pulled a small box from his pocket. "This is for you." Inside was a keychain engraved with the words, "Greater than. You clean the floors and my heart." Mr. Lewis laughed through his tears. "That's terrible wordplay." Ethan grinned. "Yeah, but it's true." 5 years later, Ethan was a teacher himself now. He returned to Ridgewood High to speak at an event. He walked down the same halls, quieter now, and smiled at the memories. But when he reached the janitor's closet, it was empty, except for a framed photo, greater than asterisk, in loving memory of Mr. Samuel Lewis, beloved janitor, mentor, and friend. He cleaned more than our school. He cleaned our hearts. Asterisk Ethan stood there for a long time, tears streaming down his face. He whispered softly, "Thank you for everything." Sometimes, the people we overlook the most carry the greatest lessons. Mr. Lewis wasn't just a janitor. He was living proof that kindness doesn't need a title. So before you judge someone for what they do, take a moment to understand who they are, because behind every humble uniform, there might be a story of love, sacrifice, and courage. If this story touched your heart, please take a second to like this video, share it with your friends, and asterisk subscribe to Kindness Untold Story. Asterisk together. Let's remind the world that true strength lies in kindness, and sometimes the quietest people teach the loudest lessons.